Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Engineer Your Energy. I'm Caroline Milton of Milton Coaching Collective, and I'm here today to help you understand the steps that you can take in your personal life, in your work life, to cultivate more energy, to be more productive, to experience more fulfillment, and to banish burnout. In this week's episode, I'm talking about the unique position that we are in now, December 1st. We are just a mere 24 days away from Christmas for those who celebrate. We are just around the corner from Hanukkah and from all of these celebrations across many religions that occur during this season. And yet, while this is notoriously known as the most wonderful time of the year, for 88% of Americans, it's the most stressful. That's right. Over the next several weeks, our stress levels are going to climb and climb and climb, reaching their annual peak. And it makes sense, right? From financial strain to end of year work deadlines to tensions in relationships to maybe being a little down because of the weather. All of these things build until we're finding ourselves really struggling to experience the joy that comes with this time of year. So, what are the things that we can do? What are the mistakes that maybe we're making that are contributing to our stress or reducing our tolerance to stress? I want to help you today equip yourselves with the opportunity to really get the most out of the season, to manage your stress well, to have a good relationship with it, and to set yourself up for 2023 to be a really wonderful year of growth. So let's dive in. Why are our stress levels highest this time of year? Well, there are many different factors, as we've talked about, but one key reason is that maybe we're losing some of those routines that have helped keep stress in check. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this stress response, the stress response is part of our nervous system. It's characterized by a hormone release of adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. And our stress cycle completes with the release of dopamine and serotonin and those happy neurotransmitters. Now, during the warmer months of the year, maybe when we have more sunlight, we have more opportunities to do activities that encourage the release of those happy hormones. A primary one is exercise. We know that exercise is accompanied by a release of dopamine for the body, but we're also more likely to engage in positive social interactions. We're more likely to be creative during those warm summer months. And into the winter, we might not be completing our stress cycle on a daily basis because we're not following through on some of those habits and activities that help us close that cycle. So, key things that you can do to help close your stress cycle every day include moving your body, getting that heart rate up, and partaking in exercise, whatever form that might be, as long as it's something that you enjoy. Creative expression, positive social interactions, laughing is a great way of releasing dopamine. Even some particular foods can help release dopamine and serotonin, like spicy foods and like dairy products. You can participate in affection. Affection is such a powerful way of our body lowering that cortisol response. We have all of these studies that show that even holding hands with a loved one can help reduce cortisol levels. So find ways, safe ways, and consensual ways of participating in affection. And even crying can be a way of completing the stress cycle because we're tending to those emotions. So, step number one, make sure you're completing your stress cycle every single day throughout this holiday season. Number two, sugar. With the holidays comes an increased intake in sugar. Most oftentimes, these come from holiday beverages or maybe some sweet treats or just stealing a quick bite here or there. Entering into this season with a focus on managing our blood sugar levels, even if you're not diabetic, can be so helpful to keeping stress in check. When our body has too much sugar in its system, it really impacts our hormones, it impacts our energy metabolism, it can send us onto a blood sugar roller coaster and limits our tolerance to stress. In fact, when there's too much sugar in our diet, it creates an inflammatory response that our immune system responds to. That immune system response sets off a trigger of activities in our body that actually can cause stress to heighten and be much more difficult to manage. Again, it's a hormone cycle, and your immune system is supported by your hormones. So keep sugar in check. Check your beverages, check your sweet treats, check your food, and make sure that you're eating well balanced meals throughout this season. For me, well balanced means that my meal has fiber, it has healthy fat, and it has protein. Keep those three things in mind every time you're building a meal or even a snack throughout the season, and it's going to help keep that stress level in check. Next is our sleep. Oftentimes, we struggle during this season because we're not getting natural exposure to sunlight. Natural exposure to sunlight helps set that circadian rhythm that cues our body when to sleep. We have a lot of artificial lighting, maybe a lot of blue light that's interrupting our natural sleep cycle. This reduces our tolerance to stress. It makes us a little more irritable. It makes us tired, so we're not able to do some critical thinking that can help us navigate stressful situations. So prioritize your sleep in order to prioritize your stress. Make sure that you're using blue light blocking technology. Try to get outside and see the sun, or even on a cloudy day, get outside for a minimum of 10 minutes. It might not be feasible for you to do that at the start of your day during the season because maybe the sun has not come up by the time you go to work. I really encourage you to head outside at lunch, take a lunch break, take a break, and go outside and allow your body, even if it's bundled up, to get some of that sunlight so that it can help your circadian rhythm. Your body is run on rhythm. And when it experiences this disruption, it can really wreak havoc on our stress. I once heard Dr. Andrew Huberman refer to the sleep circadian rhythm as a clock shop. And if you imagine going into a clock shop at the top of the hour and every single bell is aligned in that clock and this medley of alarms goes off, it might be startling, but hey, they're all synchronized. That happens when we regularly get outside. If you even go 4 days in a row without going outside, it's like walking into that clock shop and the clocks are not aligned. And so you just have alarms going off randomly and continuously, causing chaos and stress and really wreaking havoc on our energy metabolism and our resilience to stress. So, getting outside and trying to keep rhythms throughout this season can be really, really helpful. And finally, my last charge to you is to really make sure that you're taking inventory of the good moments. Really, really take inventory of those good moments. Our brain is 20 times more likely to register negative instances than it is to register positive instances. This is a survival technique, right? We want to avoid the things that could kill us. But a lot of times now, our stressors can't actually kill us, but our stress can. So we have to be really intentional about cataloging the good in life and reflecting upon the good in life. This is not woo woo. This is truly your body's nervous system. So if it's keeping a gratitude journal, if it's engaging in positive conversations, if it's expressing thankfulness to one another, if it's even just taking a moment to say, this is a good moment and I am in a good place right now. This can be such a difference maker in that mental space as you navigate throughout the season. Remember, this is a season. It will end. We will transition into a new season. I'm so excited for what's to come for you as we make that transition. But I want you to enjoy this season right now. Enjoy the opportunities for joyfulness that come with it. So, which of these is going to be your primary focus for the next several weeks? Drop a comment on this video and let me know what you'll be implementing to help your body manage its energy, reduce and tolerate stress, and really experience the season. I'm Caroline Milton, and each Thursday I come bringing you more tips, strategies, and techniques to help and engineer your energy, whether that's at home or in the workplace. I also have a wonderful ebook on my website, miltoncc.com, That is a reflection journal for this season. It's called Renew, and for this week only, it's 50% off when you use the code Give Thanks. So I encourage you to head on over to my shop. You can get that ebook right now for just $10, and that can be a wonderful companion for you through these winter months to make sure that you're investing in your energy as well. I'll be back next Thursday with more of these tips. Until then, make sure to have a great day and be well.